to the channel, everybody. I'm Rachel and this is Moon Mystic Cottage. I have finally finished my queen size crochet blanket, and in this video I'm going to show you some different clips of me working on it and the overall finished piece laid out on my bed. But really quick before I do, this is made with Red Heart Bitty Stripes yarn in the colorway Crayon Box. I used, I think it was 6 skeins of that yarn, and they're each about 515 yards. This is a queen size blanket. It is 100% acrylic yarn. I can't say it's like my absolute favorite type of yarn, but I really liked the colors within this yarn because I really enjoy jewel tone colors. Let's get started with the rest of this footage and the final reveal at the end of the video. I'm enjoying some hot chocolate and my lovely gnome cup, and my kids are out to play at the moment. I have been working on my queen size blanket for, I think, nearly a year now. And I mean, I took a huge break from it for probably months during the late winter to spring. Not forgot about it, but just life happening, you know, all that kind of stuff. And so I have one more square to finish rather, right here. It needs just a few more rows. Then, and I'll show you the main centerpiece of it. I started this blanket as the rectangular shape granny square, but it's not a granny square, right? It uses the double crochet cluster. So here's that. Right? Okay. So I had started with this and I got to a certain point where I was just like, I'm tired of going in these rows and rows and rows and rows. And you know what? I think that in the end, it worked out for the best that I did stop at a certain point, because I had purchased 4 skeins of Bitty Stripes in the Crayon Box color from Red Heart Yarnspirations, and I ran out of my first 4 skeins and I had to buy 3 more. Well, those 3 more were, so here's one from the first 4 skeins, and then here's one from the newer skeins. The colors are brighter and there's more white spread throughout it. So the reason why this is good is the squares are going to go around the outside of the main piece. And so at least this way, with these newer squares, I can kind of just spread them out around so that it maybe doesn't look quite so off. This blanket is for myself, so, you know, like, I know that this is what happened with it, so it doesn't really matter that much. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter that much. I have a few clips of me working on making the squares, but I'm definitely going to show parts of me actually sewing everything together. Oh my goodness, check this out. It's ready for sewing. All the ends are weaved in now. I think that was the last clip in this video. All the ends are weaved in, and now it's time to start sewing. Look at this. Oh my gosh. It is this is so cool. Okay, I think what I'm gonna actually have to do here is with like a piece of paper and a safety pin, I'm gonna have to number the outside squares because as you can see, like this is one from the newer skein of yarn. They added a lot more white to this colorway, and then this is when I first got these skeins a year ago. This is a newer one. This is from the older skein. This is a newer one. So I had to kind of make sure to put them around the border sort of equally, so it kind of all meshes together decently well. So I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to number them. I think I'm probably going to go like around this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, all the way to the last one. And to start sewing, which again, I'll probably start up there. Actually, this one will probably be 1. The corners will probably happen last, actually, and maybe I'll even number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the corners I'll mark with like top left, top right. That might be a better way for me to go about this. But anyways, when I do start sewing, I'm going to flip them over so they're right sides together, and then I will match up the stitches on the corner and go into what would be I think it was the front loop. I gotta double check what the usual is that people do for this, because I watched a video the other day. So yeah, so let's get going on numbering these squares. This is where I'm currently at on my blanket here. So I have all these sewn on, and so next I'm continuing here, and I'm recording all these clips pretty much on different days, so I don't always know what I said in a previous video, but this is where I'm at though, is finishing adding on the squares, and then I'll show you after that what I'm going to do. It is now Tuesday, October 7th, and here is where I'm at. I have all of my squares sewn on. You can see how big it is right now. It is heavy as well. It definitely has a weight to it. But unfortunately, I didn't get any footage of me sewing everything because I was doing it at nighttime when my kids were falling asleep, and I don't have any good lighting by my desk really. But basically, and I might have already said this in one of my other clips in this video, but from this side, put right sides together, I would do a zigzag stitch. And so for these the short end pieces, I would go from here and across and then down here, and then I'd come back and do a piece for that, and same sort of thing on the sides, where I'd make sure to cut a long enough piece, but I would sew here, then across here and down, and then do individual ones there. So that's how I went ahead and did the sewing. Now, the next step here, I am going to try something. I want to, like here I have a little bit of a hole. That could have been one of my first ones. I'm not sure. I didn't close that up, but I was trying to close up those gaps when it came to them, but there's still a little bit there. I'm going to attempt to slip stitch into what is these front loops, and I'll start with the big rectangle piece and go all the way around this. But I could probably, I'll have to see. I'm not exactly sure yet the best way for me to do that. But you know what? I probably could do the big rectangle one, and then with these corner pieces, I could slip stitch like that. And then these pieces, I'll just have to come back through individually to do them. So I'm going to try that and see how that looks. I'm hoping that'll help bring this together a little bit more. And then the last thing will be adding a border. I think I'm going to actually single crochet here. I don't know why I was thinking slip stitch would work, but I think I'm going to single crochet instead because it's at like an angle rather than it being nice flat across the top. So I think we're going to do single crochet instead. Here's where I'm currently at with progress here. So I so far have added this single crochet all the way around the big one, and I've also done the corners, all 4 corners. So next it's going to be doing all of those. It'll be a little time consuming, but probably not all that bad. So that's what's next. All right, I am working on these other ones here. I don't know what to call this, like ribbing or something, but so I've been adding it to all the squares in between. Okay, and I'm just leaving the ends. I'll have to come back later and sew in the ends. So I've got, I think, 2 sides left. I've got a long and a short side yet, I think, to do this yet. So almost there, getting really close. All right, next update for you here in this video. So I finished all of these additional details around all of the squares. So that is all done. I do have these tails to weave in, which I will do later on. I've been working on doing single crochet around the edge of the blanket, and so as I go, I am, what do we want to say, crocheting this in as I go, so then I don't have to worry about weaving those in later on. So that's where I'm currently at, is single crocheting 1 row around. This is how much I have left of this yarn. I don't have any more currently. And so right now, what I'm planning on doing after I finish up the single crochet around, which I'm almost back to the beginning of it, I just have this length yet to finish. I'm going to do a double crochet cluster row around. I think that's the idea. Maybe as I start going down the side, perhaps I'll change it to just doing like double crochet around. I'm not sure. But because this is all I have left, I have to keep that in mind as I go around, because I do plan on doing a reverse single crochet as my final row around the blanket. So yes, that's where I'm at. I'm on the last little bit of this row here where I have been doing double crochet clusters around after that initial single crochet row around, and I think I have enough yarn to be able to do a second row of the double crochet around and also still do the reverse single crochet. So that's what I'm working on right now. I am officially on my very last row of my blanket. I'm doing a reverse single crochet. That is what I have left of this skein. It should be enough to get all the way around. I guess I'll find out, but I'm just on the first side of this, so I'm almost there. It's almost done. It's done! I finished my big blanket.